I'm all like this, we are back to court officially. As I declare you so, yesterday will be September 19th, 2023. Peter Obi and Atiku don't officially file their appeal for the Supreme Court until the judgment where they draw for the tribunal last time was the 6th of September. Normally, according to the law, after they give judgment for Court of Appeal for the tribunal, so each party gets 14 days, 21 days to file their appeal for the Supreme Court. You understand? So if you file outside the stipulated time they give you, the user granted knock them off. So at least now we there within the time frame. So they don't get any excuse for this one. So these are the first ground. So and I declare you so Peter Obi, so as they file this matter enter the appeal court, so Supreme Court, so now 50 grounds. Now he take carry this appeal go there. So in fact, man, I just give now the full details of the judgment, because not be Peter Obi don't drag they go. Both Atiku self does drag they go Supreme Court. Here the full news now about this up. He said the presidential candidate of the PDP and in the February 25 election, Atiku Abubakar, and that of Labour Party, Peter Obi, yesterday filed separate grounds of appeal at the Supreme Court, seeking nullification of President Bola Tinubu's election. Recall that after the presidential election, Atiku and Obi, in their separate petitions at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal in Abuja, prayed the court to nullify Tinubu's election over alleged irregularities. But the 5-member panel of the tribunal, led by Justice Haruna Samani, struck out their petitions and declared Tinubu of the APC as the valid winner of the February 25 election. Atiku and PDP, who filed 35 grounds of appeal yesterday through their lawyers, said the Presidential Election Petition Court erred in law by not taking into cognizance the doctrine of legitimate expectation when the INEC failed to conduct the election in accordance with its own guidelines and the Electoral Act 2022. They requested the Apex Court to void and set aside the September 6 judgment of the Presidential Election Petition Court, which upheld the declaration of Tinubu as president by the INEC on March 1. In the notice of appeal, Atiku prayed the Supreme Court to declare him the authentic winner of the February 25 presidential election based on lawful vote cast by Nigerians during the poll. He said in the alternative, the Apex Court should order a rerun election to be conducted for him and Tinubu, being the first and second runners-up in the last presidential election they play. The former vice president contended that the tribunal made a grave error and miscarriage of justice in striking out the witness statement on oath and the entire evidence of his subpoenaed witness on the erroneous ground that he said that the said statements were not filed along with the petition. He said the subpoenaed witnesses were essentially persons whose witness statements on oath could not practically be ready and available at the time of preparing and filing his petition. Meanwhile, no date has been fixed for hearing in the appeal. Obi filed 50 grounds of appeal. Similarly, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has appealed against the tribunal judgment which upheld the victory of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Obi, in a 50-ground notice of appeal by his lead counsel, Dr. Livy Uzoku, SAN, challenged the decision of the Presidential Election Tribunal which struck out his petition. The notice of appeal reads in part, "Take notice that the appellant, being dissatisfied with the decisions in petition number so and so, contained in pages 3 to 327 of the judgment of the Court of Appeal, sitting as the Presidential Election Petition Court, holding at Abuja, Haruna Samani, and the other judge's name, maybe those ones, so hopefully read that, delivered on the 6th day of September 2023, and more particularly states in paragraph 2 of his notice of appeal, do hereby appeal to the Supreme Court on the grounds set out in paragraph 3 and will at the hearing of the appeal seek the relief sought in paragraph 4 hearing." Wow, like English what they cry, Baba. Anyway, now the appeal, now the grounds where Atiku and Peter Obi take fight the appeal for Supreme Court. The Atiku matter, Atiku they want to say, may they declare rerun between him and Tinubu. Now Atiku carry go court. Peter Obi na so don't now 50 grants that Peter Obi take, because what the tribunal even do on September 16th shock everybody. Come like say all the lawyer, all the SAN where Peter Obi and Atiku carry go for the tribunal. Come like say they don't know what they do, which is not supposed to be. The grounds for those lawyers carry go, and not be lawyer. But based on common sense, most of those grounds are valid. And if you like, go correct me. But any which way, for them to constantly carry the matter go Supreme Court, it shows say they not agree with waiting the appeal court justices declare for on September 6th. Any which way, normally, I don't say, just don't worry, just like many of you now, even myself, I don't lose hope for this country, for this justice, judiciary, whatever. But that notwithstanding, normally my personal belief now say, anything they do, always make sure so you give them your best shot, so that for future you don't go call the regret, say, oh, I wish I know that time for you try my best to. At least if that's say make Peter Obi try best, give him a best shot. If you want fair for a Supreme Court, make fair. And by that time you gonna say he do his best for this matter. So down for say, oh, you go to the last, okay, and this country does that, but they go see bribe there, they go see this one. No. And people they talk, some of them they talk say, oh, maybe Peter Obi go rest, maybe Peter Obi go rest. No, not good reason like that. First of all, people they talk say they waste the money. That Peter Obi not beg anybody for money. I never see him for anywhere say Peter Obi do good for go fund me to take raise money to go tribunal. So all this man they request from his supporters, not just your support. That's all. He not ask for your funds. We know me and you know say this country the country remain one bar. This country batch remain one bar. The batch don't lose well, but that don't mean say person will just lose hope totally. Make it try his best. Anyway, just thank God for everything.